Everybody ought to know it's us against the world, baby. Oh, it's us against the world.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of AP and Friends Podcast. Hope you guys are having a good week.
Yes.
I was just doing like a little Stevie Wonder there. I don't know what I was just doing.
Hey,
what's up, y'all? This is our first visual podcast. If you don't know, we have our YouTube channel up. So, you guys hear us on the podcast and things like that. But now you can actually get to see us. Not half bad, right? We all right.
Yeah, I hope so.
Hey,
I
man.
hope so. I put on my best shirt for this. I got the frills.
Hey,
all right, I put
there's
the
shoulders.
out.
I see your shoulders.
Hit them with the shoulders. Yay.
Well, we thank y'all for joining us, AP and Friends Podcast, and of course, as always, I have my beautiful wife, the love of my life, my heartbeat, my everything.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
My baby Toya. Say what's up to the people, baby.
Hey guys, thank you for joining us. We love that you're taking time out to listen to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We hope you get something out of this podcast.
Yeah. We feel we have a good podcast for you guys today. We get a lot of questions about relationship stuff, and we don't see ourselves as gurus, none of that stuff, but we see ourselves as people that have some longevity in this thing, and we have a lot of advice to give. And so we want to be able to spread that stuff and be able to just let people know that there are such things as good marriages and there are such things as good relationships. And so we want to pass our wisdom on to you guys. If this is your first time checking us out, we've been together since high school. This is my high school sweetheart.
Yes.
And, we met, my sophomore year, your freshman year.
My freshman year.
Yeah. And so we've been at it for a long time. So 14 years married, 19 years together. And here we are. Right?
Here we are, yes.
Here we are.
19 years, oh my gosh.
Here
I feel old.
Yeah.
19 years, oh my gosh.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, but we've been together since about 15, 14 years
Yes.
old. But we get a lot of relationship questions, and so we want to kind of give you guys a little bit of what we think building a healthy relationship is. The title of this podcast is
Building a healthy and loving relationship.
There you go. Building a healthy and loving relationship.
Yes.
Right? This is part one. There's probably going to be many chapters to this, to this topic, but we just got to make sure that you guys know this is part one because we have a lot to talk about. And we will add.
And because you keep talking, you don't stop.
Yeah, I don't stop talking. So we're going to add to these things as we go along. But hopefully these things help you guys because this stuff has helped us. Right? So we're not going to have a long podcast today. We usually do hot topics and stuff like that, but since today is our trial run of our YouTube channel, we're going to do a shortened version, but hopefully you guys still find some nuggets and some keys in there as we go along, all right?
Yes.
So we have our little makeshift studio. We're actually in our bedroom, y'all. So this is our little sanctuary right here.
This is like pillow talk.
It's like pillow talk, I guess. What?
But we not near the pillows.
That's after the podcast. After the podcast is the after party.
We already had 3 kids, y'all, and 3 is enough. My uterus
after the show
dusty.
is the after party and all that good stuff. That's maybe another podcast down the road. We talked a little bit about some other stuff, but we might have some adult talk later. Not in this podcast though. This podcast. Yeah, this is for the people that are just trying to make sure they maintain a healthy relationship. That other thing is a part of it. Healthy and loving relationship. That's right. Yeah. And hopefully these things will help you guys. All right. So without any further ado, we're gonna get into it, babe. Right?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to get our notes right here, y'all. We've been, make sure we got everything straight now. But you got to put your fingerprint there.
What's your first point?
I can't see it because you got the daggone thing going right there. All right.
Oh, gosh.
There we go. All right, so.
We're going to be more professional next time.
Yeah, we will be professional next time. This is all trial and error, guys, all right? So
I still can't believe I'm doing this. I don't even like to talk.
My wife is you can just hold it, babe. Forget it now.
Here, I'll put it right here.
No, just hold it. So my wife is very, very quiet.
When I want to be. I want to be.
Yeah, when she wants to be.
When I want to be.
But, so she's kind of stepping out on the limit doing this with me because, she believes in me.
This thing,
Yeah, she believes in me. And so, with
Yes.
that being said, we go to our first point, right? Building loving/healthy relationships 101. All right, welcome to class. We are your professors, the Pearsons, AP
Does that
and
remind you
Toya.
of being in college? Just that putting that 101 there? That reminds me of just being in school.
I guess so. Yeah. It does.
It's
But
been a minute.
it's been a long time. All right, so let's get to it, y'all. Point number one.
Point number one.
Be in tune with your spouse's needs and wants.
Yes.
Be in tune with your spouse's needs and wants.
Yeah.
All right. So,
What does that look like? Let's just put that real life advice out there. What does that look like?
that's
When I listen to stuff, I just want that real talk. Like, this is what it is. How do I apply that to my life? So
Right.
what does that look like?
all right. So I'll take it from a male's point of view, and you take it from a female's point of view, right?
All right.
All right. And I'm going to keep correcting my wife because she keeps turning away from her microphone, and so y'all might get half
This
audio.
is my first time. I'm not even used to this.
I know,
now
I
I got
know.
my own mic. Like,
Right.
I just...
So, yeah, because we're recording the YouTube, but we're also recording the podcast as
I
well.
know.
So we got to make sure we
Like,
stay in front of the mics.
You know that Ricky Bobby movie? Like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Again, you still don't know what to do.
I don't know where
Yeah,
to
just
look.
look
Like,
that way.
I'm just like, look at you, look at the camera, look here.
Yeah, just look that way. All right,
Okay.
let's get into this because people are like, y'all take so long to get to the daggone topic.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Improving. No, I'm sorry.
So being in tune with your spouse's needs.
Be in
so
tune
how
with
are
your
you
spouse's
in
needs
tune
and wants.
with my needs?
So I'll say this: as a man, women are so difficult to figure out. Yes, I said it. Women are so difficult to figure out
You're
because
supposed to start off with a good thing first.
it is a good thing. It's a good thing because
Okay.
part of the allure of chasing you and the allure of loving you is getting to know you. And so it's almost like women are Rubik's Cubes. You know what I mean? You got to continue to just work combinations to see what works. And the good thing is once you start to get one side red, then you start to learn more about your spouse. And when so the more you turn, the more you get to know. So my wife, I have to know who my wife is. My wife is the type of person who she loves for you to do the little things, right? She loves for you to wash the dishes. She loves for you to cook. She loves for you to, do laundry. Whatever it is, the little acts of service that you do for her is what really, really gets to, it really serves her. And so that means the most to her because those are things that fill her love bank up. Those are things that mean the most to her. So you also have to know that the little things go a long way. They do. They go a long way. So if you know your spouse is the type of person that when she comes home, she needs the house to be in order, please have the house in order.
I like that bed made up.
Like the bed made up. You like the kids ready to go to bed, bathed, all that good
Homework
stuff.
done.
Homework done.
Less things that I have to do.
Right. The less things your wife, that's the point. The less things your wife has to do, the better off she and you will be. All right. You have to make sure that the less thing it's so much stress being a woman. Nowadays, a lot of women are working. Women are entrepreneurs. They're mothers. They're doing things all the time, and so the last thing they want to come home to is chaos. And as men, as their husbands, as the keeper of the house, we got to make sure that our women come home to not stress, but to come home to a loving, comfortable environment. Those are her needs, right? Those are needs. Those are wants too, right?
Those I want because I want that.
Yeah, I know you want that, and I'm still working on that,
want
y'all.
that.
So I'm not coming to y'all saying I got it all figured out.
I want
I
that.
do not. I am.
Because I come home a lot of times after working a 13-hour shift.
Yeah.
To a dirty house.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
But no dinner cooked.
Yeah.
Kids looking all crazy. Did not shower. So yeah.
Again, as I help you guys
Preach
work on
to
your
yourself.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as I help you
Yes.
guys work on yourself, I am working on myself. So this
Yes.
is all true. All right. So I'm
Yes.
not don't look at me and be like, oh, he's 100% doing this stuff. He does his little stuff for his wife. No, I'm still working on it, y'all. So
Unlike your shirt said.
yeah, no perfect people allowed. You know what I
Yes.
mean? But this is so true. These are things that help your wife to become better, right?
Yes.
To love, to for her to love on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So her wants and her needs need to be your top priority because
Yes.
we just get so confused with what women want day to day. If you could just handle the small stuff, everything else would be all right, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's that confusing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's that confusing, right?
No, it's not that confusing.
You trying to make me sound confused out here.
No, you good.
You
good.
know what I want.
Yeah, I know what you want.
And you know what I need.
I know what you need.
Not like that.
Come on now. Come on, somebody.
Not
Hallelujah.
Like okay.
All right. what?
So for me,
Yeah.
so being in tune with what your spouse needs and want.
Yeah.
So for me, I've learned this now over the past 14 years. Your love language. So Aaron's love language is physical touch, which
Yes.
is probably a lot of guys' love language.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But he likes to be hugged. He likes to, words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Is also your 5 love languages. And we talk about love languages. It's a book, The 5 Love Languages, by Gary Chapman.
Yeah.
It's a great book. If you haven't read, definitely read it with your spouse.
Yeah, check it out.
We recommend it. It was something that we got at counseling, right? And we read through it together. And it just helped us to kind of understand each other better.
Yeah.
So words of affirmation, just encouraging you, letting you know that you're doing a good job, and making him feel all macho about himself. What else? And physical touch, hugging you, loving you, all that kind of stuff. Am I not talking to the mic?
No, you're not.
Okay.
You looking at me.
Yeah, so those 2 things, and just some things that you like, just some every regular day stuff. Like, I know some certain foods you don't eat. Like, you hate chicken legs. I don't know why, because I love chicken legs.
I don't like legs and thighs. I like white
You
meat.
don't like legs and thighs, yes.
Yeah.
So I know when I'm cooking that I can't cook that for you. Or if I do cook chicken legs, then I gotta shred the meat first. I gotta take it off the bone. Which
That's
is
not even a-
which is just a whole nother.
That's not even a need. That's just a want, and I'm spoiled.
That's
too,
just a want, yeah. So you're very specific with your food and how you like your food.
Right.
You want to have hot food when you get home.
Yeah.
So always make sure your food is like nice and hot and ready for you. So I cater to you in that kind of way.
Right, and that's big too. I think catering to your spouse is very important because you know the person that you're with. You know the little things, little ins and outs of them, the quirks that they have. So if you know, it's so funny because I have a partner who's in a relationship, and his wife knows all the things that he loves and all the things he hates. So when she's mad at him, she does all the things that he hates. The little pet peeve things that could be so easily done, she does everything opposite because she just wants to stick it to him because she knows those little things, those little quirks that he has is going to really just drive him over the edge. And that's how she gets back at him. So I think it's kind of funny.
That's something to think about.
Stop.
I'm gonna start doing that to you.
Don't even start. But yeah, so it really is knowing what your partner's wants and needs are and catering to them. I think that's so important. You have to cater to your spouse. I'm not saying you have to be subservient, right? You don't have to be that way in order to have a healthy and a loving relationship. You don't have to be a servant. You don't have to be a dog. It's not. When you love somebody, you do these things.
And I feel like the more I serve you, the more you serve me back. Like, so it benefits me too. Because the more I give to you, then you're willing and you're more open to giving back to me.
That's
so
true.
It's a two-way street.
Yeah, it's a give and take,
We're serving
guys.
each other. We're serving each other.
Yeah, it's a give
like
and take.
the Destiny's Child song. Let me cater to you. Oh, I got my own mic. I can sing now. Cause baby, this is your day. Do anything for my man. Should I close my eyes while I do it? No.
You just stop like that. Sorry. That would be great if you could just stop that.
I can't sing, y'all. I can't sing.
This is like the 8th episode. I think they know you can't sing by now.
Cause baby, this is how the words go. I wanna cater to you. My Beyonce on my Beyonce.
Oh my God, yo! So this is what I got to deal with. The little things. See, never mind.
That was a jam back then.
It was a jam, yeah. But those are just the little things. We want to make sure we keep those things in the front of our mind when we love on our spouses and in these relationships. Do the things that they need and want. And obviously, if you do the things that they need, you can get what you want.
I want you to start rubbing my feet when I get home. That's what I want.
I'm gonna do what you need so I can get what I want.
No, that's not how it works. I want you to rub my feet. That's a want that I have. Could you start rubbing my feet?
I'm gonna do what you need.
Just no.
So I can get what I want. All right, that's all I'm saying.
We're gonna leave that right there.
We're gonna leave that right there.
What's your saying? We're gonna let that sit right there?
You're gonna let that die right there.
Oh, let that
all
die
right.
right there.
So let's keep going to the next one. All right. So first point was make sure you be in tune with your spouse's needs and wants. All right, y'all?
Yes.
Try that. And that's a little homework for you guys. If you know what your wife or husband needs are, let's improve improve on them this week.
Just
do the
one
little
thing.
things. Just one thing.
One
yeah.
thing, one day.
Yeah.
Whether it's just writing a little note, writing a little sticky note. Sometimes I'll just leave things in Aaron's car to surprise him. Things that he loves, snacks. He loves food, y'all.
Look at me. I'm a big boy.
He loves food. So
Big
little
boy.
snacks and little things that I know that he'll appreciate. Just the little things to go out of my way to serve him, so you can make your day go a little easier, a little better.
Yeah. So,
right? Point number 2.
Point number 2. We go to the next point. Point number 2 is embrace evolution. Was that the one we did?
Ooh, that's
embrace
tough.
Embrace.
Embrace evolution. What's that mean? What's that?
I'll tell you what that means. Again, my wife and I have been together since we were 15 years old.
A long time.
Obviously,
Shouldn't
throughout
be
the
dating
years.
When you're that young.
That's a whole nother podcast. But obviously, my wife is not the same person she was when I met her 15 years ago. I'm sorry, when I met her when she was 15 years old. She has evolved into such a phenomenal rock star as a wife and a mom.
Aw, thank you, baby.
No, real talk. Like, I'm gonna, tell you what's real. And my wife is educated, 2 degrees. She's an RN, and she is very, very a great mom and a great wife. And it's not because she's always been that way. She had to grow into those things. And so what people don't know about my wife is she's a very talented writer as well. So you've just seen her in this podcast, and this is something she's stepping out on faith and doing this stuff because it's not natural to her. She has evolved as a person. The shy, meek person that she was in high school, that's not the same woman she is today. She's evolved. And I am so proud of her evolution. Some people get scared of evolution because they feel like, oh, this person is leaving me or this or that. And a lot of people get divorced because they say stuff like, he's changed or she's changed. Of course they've changed because they've evolved. And
I mean, but sometimes people can evolve for the worse. Like,
this is
thank
true.
God we've had evolutions.
This is so true.
I mean, we've had points in our marriage where our evolution was going the other way. It was not going forward.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, sometimes I could see that happening because sometimes people evolve. They change or they grow apart. You evolve so much that you grow apart from each other.
This is true. So you can be evolving in different ways.
Yeah, you can be growing apart.
Yeah, but the other thing is, the best thing you could do is try to evolve together.
Yeah.
That's the point of it. And my wife is so big on if she's doing something, she's like, hey, what do you think about reading this with me? She's very, very big on that stuff. Okay. And sometimes I don't oblige her. I
was about to say.
Yeah,
I love how you're just like, oh, we're evolving together.
Nah.
I'd be like, read this book. I'm not reading that book.
How
about you read that book?
Yeah, you read that book. Let me know what to say. But she's
and then I try to make you evolve to be a vegan. We tried the vegan thing.
Look at me. Am I a vegan? No. I'll be the worst poster child for a vegan right now because I just,
I'm saying there's some good benefits that comes with being vegan. I'm trying to help you out.
You're right about that. But I don't. My wife is ever evolving, and so she. Yeah. But one thing, like I said, I love about my wife is that she makes sure that if she's evolving, she's telling me, look, I'm reading this book because I want to get financially better. I'm reading this book because I think I can be emotionally better to you. I'm reading this book because blah, 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 blah. And what she does is she makes sure that she brings me along for the ride. And I love that. I love that about her. And she leaves it up to me. She doesn't nag or tell me, hey, you got to do this.
I do sometimes.
Yeah, because it's very important to improve. But she also lets it be known, like, look, okay, we're doing this. You know what I mean? And so try and evolve with your spouse. I think it's a big idea to evolve with your spouse. Get it, Toy.
And not giving up, too, because sometimes it's a struggle. Because when I wanted you to not eat meat, it was a struggle to still go to the grocery store, to still have to buy meat, to cook you your special meat, because you don't eat certain kinds of meat, and you like your food a special way.
Yeah.
And so it was a struggle, but just that consistency of encouraging you, hey, baby, you could do this. There's so many health benefits that goes along with this. Like, we're going to pray, we're going to die, we're going to work this thing out together. Like, how can I prepare meals for you? Like, do you need the meals already prepared? So all you got to do is heat it up so you don't have to struggle with, all right, what am I going to eat? Like, we kind of started working together. We didn't stick with the whole vegan thing because I was missing eggs and cheese. Let's keep it real. Like, bacon. Come on. Like, I need bacon in my life.
But this is called evolving together because she
Yes.
made sure, look, if
Yes.
this is something I see that benefits our family, she's like, look, okay, what do I need to do to make sure that we are better?
do this
Do
thing
I need to
together.
meal prep for you? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? What can you do? This is what I'm doing, baby. How you doing today? Like, this is the stuff that we evolve together. And when you evolve together, you're on the same playing field.
Yeah.
This is how you become great as a couple.
Yeah.
Because if one individual is working towards being greater, the other one should be working as well. It's a
Yeah.
give and every marriage is a give and take. Every relationship is a give and take. And if there's only one person working, that marriage would not work. You agree or disagree?
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I mean, it took us a while to get here to understand that with each other. Because before I was just like, look, this is what we're going to do. And you're like, absolutely not. And I'm going to, well, I'm not going to talk to you for however long until you come along and not eat this meat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Pause.
So,
But yeah,
I know.
so
Oh my gosh.
But
Yes.
I hope you guys understand what we're saying.
Yes.
We're literally building each other up as we go. She's not saying I'm going to do this because I'm going to be better. And I don't care what you eat. You can die early if you want to. She's like, no, babe, we need to change
life
our
insurance policy is nice. I'm sorry.
Yo, you terrible,
I'm
man.
sorry.
Is that why you trying to feed me all this stuff? Like letting me eat whatever?
I'm trying to make you healthier, boo, so I don't have to get that life insurance money.
if I only have a short lifespan, you know.
Is nice.
Stop, yo. See,
if y'all don't have life insurance, y'all need to get you some.
That's gonna be another podcast actually too, because actually life insurance is a good thing.
Yes.
So, but you see how I give examples of what my wife does. Yeah. My wife makes sure that her husband is good because she's trying to be healthy, so she's trying to push me to be healthy too. And so
and there's some ways that you support me too. Like I started, getting back into my writing, and you bought things that helped me to support my writing. You went and got me a desk and got me this little area, bought me all these supplies and books and quotes and magnetic boards. Like, you sewed into me too. So I think it's good that we grow together, we encourage each other, and we just make sure that we're sharing our dreams together too. Like we're sharing our evolution together. We don't want to you get so focused on working on you that we don't work on us, if that makes sense. That makes
total sense. Yeah, it's imperative to work together.
Yes.
It's imperative.
All right. So topic number 2, because we're gonna keep talking.
That was two. Topic number 3.
Number 3.
What was number 3? Number 3 is.
Number 3 is. Let me do my shoulder dance.
Oh God. Improving yourself to improve your relationship.
Yes.
So talk a little bit about that.
I like this one.
Yeah.
So I had to do so much work on me as a woman. I mean, and I'm still learning, I'm still growing, but I had to do so much work to get to the place where I am today. Like I just had so much childhood baggage, so much mommy issues, daddy issues, like just so much stuff that I brought into our relationship. So this one was one of the points that I picked because I had to work on myself. I had to get to the place where I forgave myself for some things. I forgave my parents for things. I had to get to a point where I looked in the mirror and be like, I love you. Like you're a great woman. You have come from so far, from this young, naive girl to this woman who's filled with wisdom that's trying. I mean, I don't know it all, but just to get to that place where I had to read books, I had to pray, I had to go to counseling. Like, I had to do so much things to just love the person that I see in the mirror. There was so much things I already had in my head, the color of my skin, the way my hair was, the way my nose is. Like, just to get to that point where I could look in the mirror and be like, girl, you look good. Like,
hey, you better be your own chili. Right. That's what I'm talking about.
Love yourself, because I have these 2 girls that I'm raising, and I'm teaching them to, hey, love the way your hair is, and it's curly, and it can be straight, and it can do all these things. It doesn't have to be straight and long and in a certain way all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to get to that place where I was improving myself. I was loving myself, because that self-love, once you have that self-love and you're loving yourself, you can love others better. I can love you better. Yeah. I can love my kids better. We can have this better relationship, because I'm not coming as a broken woman. I'm coming as this woman that's whole, that's still working on issues, but at the same time, like, I know who I am and I love who I am.
That's awesome. That's a gem. That's a gem right there. Like, real talk, because I think that is so imperative that wow, you just said so much.
I'm trying to get my Oprah on. I'm just saying.
Yeah, wow, that's beautiful.
But yeah, no, I had to do a lot of work, and even to this day, like
Wow.
when I'm off on my days off, like
Yeah.
I set time aside to be like, I'm gonna fill my mind because I want to think positively. Like I want the way I think affects my body, like just negative thoughts. Like I read this article, just the amount of negative thoughts that you have, how it can lower your immune system. So you thinking negatively can make you sick. It can
Wow.
make you sick in your mind and sick in your body. So every day, it's my husband will tell you, like, I'm always reading a book. Like I'm always trying to grow. Always trying to. There's some things that my parents didn't teach me. Some things that they didn't know. I'm trying to learn everything. Every book that I could get my hand on. Every podcast. Every way when I'm riding to work, it's something educational. Some podcast going because I'm like, I'm always learning. I always want to know how I could be my best self. Yeah.
That's why I married her, y'all. This is why I love this woman, because again, she's always trying to improve herself, not just for herself, but for our children, for our marriage, for our friends. My wife is a very good listener, so our friends constantly call her with stuff because she'll listen, but she'll also give her advice, but then she'll also pray with them. And my wife, I love that about my wife. She's a very spiritual woman, and she's continuing to grow. You know what I mean? And so, from the man perspective, I say the same thing. We have to know who we are. Sometimes we come from, especially black men. We're in households. Sometimes our fathers aren't there. We're raised by single mothers. We're raised by our grandmothers. We have circumstances that happen on a regular basis that can kind of get us stuck in our own minds sometimes. But sometimes reading a book and just really working on yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, those things are huge because they can sometimes help you. They can help you to get out of your own head. I can give an example of I grew up in a single parent household. My mom was a single mom, and she had to try and raise me and my sister, by herself. And these are things, and so I had a lot of time to kind of just think to myself, a lot of negative thoughts about who I was as a person because I was trying to rationalize why my dad wasn't in the household with me. Not saying my dad didn't love me because I knew who my dad was and where he was, but he just wasn't in the same household as me. So I had a lot of things that was eating away at me. And to be honest, to this day, some things still eat away at me. But I have to make sure that I'm constantly working on who Aaron is, not the person who comes from a single parent household or the person that was thought that he was less than. I have to now, I got to push myself to be better for my son. You know what I'm saying? That's just for my son, but for myself as well. I have to be better. And so every single day I wake up and say, how can I be better? How can I be a better father? How can I be a better husband? How can I be a better friend? That's my prayer every single day, amongst other stuff, but that's my prayer. Father, how can I be better today? How can I be better today than I was yesterday? That's my prayer. And so it comes from, like you said, listening to podcasts that help better myself, reading books. And my wife would tell you, I've not always read books. I just have not been that type of guy. And but the more I start to read, the more I start to really dive into why certain things happen. I can now start to learn and then transfer that information to my family. You know what I mean? I talk about mental health and read about mental health and read about health things in general. I lost my sister at 31 years old, and so she from heart disease. And so now I have to think to myself, okay, I'm 35 years old right now. How can I be better for myself and my family? I want to be here for a long time because I want to one day be at my girl's wedding and walk them down the aisle. You know,
that vegan diet. Just saying.
I'm a work in progress, but. What I'm saying is every day needs to be, how do I get better?
Yes.
Every day, how do I get better?
Yes.
Because at times, when I was left to my own understanding, I was lost. And I did a lot of stupid things trying to compensate for not having a dad there. I did a lot of stupid things just trying to compensate for that stuff. And if I know then what I know now, I'd be a totally different person. I'd be better for her. I'd be better for my children. But now it's come a point in time in my life where I just need to be better. So every day, how can I be better? Yeah. That is no, you know what I mean? You can't fail trying to get better. You know what I mean?
Starting with yourself. How can I be better for myself?
Right.
Because you being a better self just for yourself, for you.
Yeah.
Then it spills over into every other area of your life.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So
That's a good one. We worked long and hard on evolution and loving ourselves, right?
yeah, because and there'll be some other podcasts down the road, but we went through a lot of crazy stuff, y'all. Y'all see us here today, and we're laughing and joking. If you follow us on social media, you see, we dance and having a good time with our families and stuff like that. But it came because a lot of things had to be broken. A lot of generational curses had to be broken.
Yeah.
A lot of brokenness in our household had to be broken. We just had to mature. Like, just a lot of things had to happen to get us to this time now.
Yeah.
We're not perfect. By no means are we perfect, but we know where we fall short, and we also know how to get better.
Yeah.
And so,
and we also know about God's grace.
that's it. And there's been a lot of grace in our marriage because trust and believe. You guys will hear it down the road, but we have a crazy testimony as a couple. We've just been through so much stuff and didn't even know if we would make it past those things.
Yeah.
But because we continue to evolve, we continue to forgive, we continue to love, we continue to cherish each other, we got to this point. But it was no way was it easy. But we continue to evolve.
Yeah.
Individually and as a couple. And once that healing started individually, that understanding started, that's when we started to get better. And so we hope this podcast blessed you guys. We hope that it's something you could take away. Our points, were just some things that we thought about. Again, this is not the last time we're going to talk about this because that's the biggest question we've been getting. How do you how do you maintain a healthy relationship? But also, because people always say, oh, you guys look like you love each other so much. And yes, we do love each other, but there are times when we can't stand each other.
A lot of times. We can't stand each other.
I say 80-20. 80% of the time, I love this girl, but that 20%...
I couldn't stand you yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. I was in the 20%.
You was tripping yesterday.
Yeah, I was tripping yesterday.
But acting so aggy.
Look, my wife is a spicy Guyanese bake and roti.
Yo.
Here's what I say: spicy
Bake
taco.
Isn't even spicy, dude. That's like bake is like a bread.
Anyway, see what I'm saying? This is the lip I'm talking about. Let me be wrong. Yo, what the pastor said today? His mother said, "When I lie, let me lie."
You better let me lie.
When I lie, let me lie. Don't be correcting me.
That's a word right there.
That was so funny to me. I was cracking up with that. But yeah, we love each other 80% of the time, 90% of the time.
That's when your kids be like, "Mommy, I thought you said or you told that lady, hey, let me lie."
When I lie, let me lie.
We not going.
Yeah, but sorry to get back on. Sorry, we go on tangents sometimes, y'all. But yeah. So it takes time to get to this point. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes grooming. It takes forgiveness. It takes maturity. And so we're here today because we're products of all that stuff. And these are things we had to learn. Like I said, my family was broken up. My mom and dad didn't live in the same house. They were separated by the time I was probably 5 years old. And Toya comes from, you're from Guyana, from South America, and she had to go through different dynamics in her household with her mom and stuff like that. And it was just a lot. So we come from, different stock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we had to realize, how do we become better individually? How do we become better as a couple?
Yeah.
And so we hope some of these things helped you guys on the day. We really do. You got anything to say, boo?
No, that's all.
I think we were good, y'all. We said we wasn't going to be before you long. I think we were around the 33-minute mark or something like that.
Yeah.
So we hope these things really were beneficial to you guys. Again, this won't be the last podcast on this stuff because we feel like it's so important to maintain. And these things are ever evolving. Like your relationship, these things ever evolve. You will learn something new about your spouse tomorrow that you never knew. You know what I mean? But you got to talk about it first. Talk. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta talk.
You have to talk because you'll find out that he only like a certain part of the chicken.
Right.
And you like, that's the cheapest part to cook. I
Yeah,
can
you
make
like,
the most meals out of that part of the chicken.
Oh, we should do a podcast on struggle. Cause remember the days we were struggling? Oh my gosh, going to the grocery store and getting like $6 worth of chicken legs and all. Oh my gosh.
But you was eating chicken legs back then.
We was broke. I had to. But anyway.
Oh, now you getting fancy. Yeah. Oh, I'm about to cook chicken legs.
I've evolved.
You better evolve and eat some chicken legs. They cheap to cook.
But look, we're going to do the podcast on that Struggle City. We're going to call it Struggle City. But that podcast is, oh my gosh, that's something that we reminisce about. But anyway, we hope these things helped you guys. hope you guys, YouTube family, thank y'all for joining us for the first time. We appreciate y'all. Keep rocking with us. Make sure y'all subscribe and all that other good stuff. Podcast family, thank y'all so much. Make sure you guys continue to subscribe. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, and follow us on.
Leave a review.
Yeah, leave a review, y'all. Good reviews.
Say
Thumbs
good
up,
things,
5
right?
stars,
Say
all
good
that good
things.
stuff. Yeah, man. So make sure y'all subscribe, YouTube, all that good stuff. Oh, follow us on Instagram. Instagram is AP Friends Podcast. All right. Look, we may be having a name change coming up real soon because my wife has been doing so much work. I got to reward her. We might turn
I'm just sitting here with my shoulder shirt on.
Hey.
I mean, come on.
You gave me what I need.
I gotta
Now
get
I'ma give-
rewarded somehow.
now I'ma give you what
it's
you want.
a want. It's a want.
I'ma
You
give you what
said
you want.
you honor my wants.
I'm honor you
I
once now.
want my name on this podcast.
So we may go through a name change, y'all. So y'all stay tuned for that because it might be a name change. So we're gonna do that.
It's definitely gonna be a name change.
It's what mommy wants. She gonna get. All right.
I got a lot of persuasive techniques.
All right, we're gonna get off this thing so she can persuade me. I need some persuasion. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Subscribe. AP Friends Podcast on Instagram. Follow us. Give your Instagram, my boo.
At Toya P28.
At Toya P28. You'll see all this up at the bottom of the screen, y'all.
Yes.
And you can follow me, DatBoyAP, DATBOIAP on Instagram. Make sure y'all follow us, y'all. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Thank y'all so much. New subscribers, we thank you guys. We've been getting good feedback. Thank y'all for subscribing to the podcast. We've been getting alerts. Y'all been subscribing on Apple Podcasts and all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all, man. As you know, every Thursday, new episode. And that's it. So you want to give it the sign off?
I do not want to give the sign off because you keep making fun of my singing.
Come on, girl.
AP and Friends.
Hey!
Hey.
So we out of here.
Hey. Bye.